Kill you. I really like that. I really like that. Next game, though, we have a lot more game. I have some sideboard options, which is nice. And sometimes you just glittering wish to remove, like, the Howling Mind or the Dictate. Again, if they're not drawing those extra cards, it's not a shoo-in that they can go off. Now, he may have some sideboard cards himself. Now, this is a combo mirror. This is not really, it's not really control, it's a combo deck. We'll bring in the Swan Songs. Cut one Stitch. Cut one Whisper. I'm either cutting a Peak or I'm cutting another Whisper. I'm gonna cut one Peak. I kind of, well, no, I think the information is nice. I mean, the way he's gonna fight us is counter magic. That's the bottom line. I think I will cut maybe. It might be the Crimson Wisps. I rarely cut this though. I agree, Tenken. Transistor was sweet. Alright. Trying to think what I want to cut. I mean, you could cut another Fate Stitch. I don't like going below 2 to 3 Stitchers. I think I'm going to have trouble. I mean, he's not duressing us. He's not going to attack the hand. Usually, those are the games where you want more of the buyback spell. I don't think he's really going to be duressing or, you know, he's not the color combination too. This looks okay. It's got half the combo. It's got all the colors. You know, we can get white here. This doesn't have any other interaction, though. This doesn't have the Swan. This doesn't have the Ascendancy or a way to get to Ascendancy. We'd have to draw into it. They're cute, though. Yeah, I don't know. We've actually taken down every variant of Twin in this particular in this Modern League, believe it or not. Okay, we want the Swan Song. We could pass on the Lumbering Falls because we already have a tapper. We have a Fate Stitcher. I think it's gonna be bottom, top, go. No, I'm not running a Teague, but Teague would be sweet here. Teague would be sweet. I'll play. Not fetching. I mean, we have all our colors except we can get green here. I'm just gonna vision. Peak Strand. Could probably bottom both. Or you don't mind cycling through the peak. I mean, since I drew a probe, I'm less inclined to keep a peak. You can get the information. I mean, my life total doesn't really matter. So if we wanted to... Well, we bought them both. Might as well play the Misty then. You get a green source. I'm thinking Breeding Pool. Or it could be Temple Garden. I mean, Temple Garden would really allow me to, like, wish immediately next turn, whereas Pool... You know, Pool does too if I play the Holic Fountain. I guess it's not really a limiting factor. It still could be a Breeding Pool. Okay, we drew a peak anyway. Okay. Fountain, go. Probably do an end step peak. Right, David. Yeah, it is indeed a time walk. Yeah, I like the inclusion of Mikakoro. That seems sweet. Okay, Dictate. Man, now he's got a lot of the draw engines. But he doesn't have... He only has one Time Walk effect. Yeah, Temporal Island. So that makes me think that we might actually have a solid. I mean, we just gotta find what we're missing. So we have a Glittering Wish. We can only cast it once. This turn, but that's okay. You Glit Wish here. If he wants to remand it, that's fine. Do it again next turn. He may just want to remand this. I mean, this could be anything. This could be anything. It's a specific set number of cards. He's gonna let it go. That's really good for us. Ascendancy. I think I want to thin one more time. You don't have to. You don't have to play the Flooded Strand here. I just won't play this together. There's the Dictate. Yep. Dictate is sweet. Again, he's going to get the extra card first, which can be huge. Now, we're set to combo off next turn with Swan Song backup, but he doesn't know that. He's going to need multiple counter spells here. Because all we got to do is stick the Ascendancy. Yes, tap your mana down. Tap it down. Again, we're aware of our remand. Another Visions. Okay, so all he's going to have is remand. So we're pretty solid. And we give him a Swan. He gets a 2/2. Nice. He gets a 2/2. You know? Thanks for the extra card. We do need all 5 mana, I think. Oh, you don't have to, because we have Phyrexian mana here. You could play the False, but since it's showing up late to the party, I'd have to give this thing haste for it really to be relevant. So I don't think I'm going to bother. I think I'm just going to go Ascendancy, will Swan the Remand, and it's just... Let me double check though on this. Make sure that this has another, because we'll need another blue source. Hang on. I might actually not have another blue source here. That's awkward. I think we cut the other blue source we used to run. Hang on. So I can't Swan Song and also reanimate the Stitcher this turn, right? Like, I can't do both. Now, it may be enough against this opponent just to stick the Ascendancy this turn and then go off next turn. But if that's the case, I would have rather played the Lumbering Falls. It's tempting to stick it. Yeah, punishing. So punished. Do you want, I mean, like, do you stick the Remand here? It's tempting. Or stick the Ascendancy here. It's tempting to. What I needed to do was I needed to fetch before playing the Ascendancy and play the white source here. It's not a huge deal. I mean, it can easily cost us the game. It's just League. Not too concerned. Show me Time Walk off the top. There's the first one. We know he has a Temporal. He's pretty far away from the Temporal. But again, if he draws mono Time Walks, we're just dead. Did you get it? Another Time Warp. Yep. Gross. Okay, so we could have won if I had fetched first. It's fine. I've never once joined Modern League with the hopes of making anything. It's just to have fun. And that's how I treat the whole Modern format, really. It's just to have fun. We get to see other people's sweet decks. I mean, like, the point of Modern isn't to build a good fair deck. It's to do something ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, we could have won there. Like, if we had fetched first, I totally forgot that was my last blue source. Did we just give him lethal? What do you mean, the bird? The bird's ultimately not what I mean, like, the deck has other ways to win besides having a creature to Time Walk with. Or should I fetch first? It's okay. Ah, this is the... Yep, this one's so sweet in the deck. I think the deck wouldn't be nearly as good. I really like Walk the Aeons in this deck. I mean, because, like, if you run out of Time Warp effects... Time Walk effects, the deck has trouble keep going. But Walk the Aeon's pretty... It can guarantee that you can keep going. Now that he's got 2 draw effects a turn, it should be pretty easy that he can go off here. No, I think we boarded right. I think I just didn't cast my Ascendancy off the correct lands. It happens, Punishing. You win at Legacy the night before, then you play Modern just for funsies to kill time, and you lose. Happens. Oh, the white border Howling Mine for the daggers, right? Yeah, it does. It's got those same red skeletons. He shouldn't be able to break here. He's drawing 4 cards a turn. No, I think the deck is sweet. I don't think I would necessarily build it, but it is a neat deck. Got this, boys. Probably not. He's cast a Time Walk effect each turn, which is what the deck needs to do. You must. Now, Time Warp being the best one, it's the cheapest mana, bang for your buck. All the other Time Warp effects you can play in Modern are much more, excuse me, Time Walk effects in Modern are much more mana. So I've noticed that the Time Warp is actually pretty important to the deck, because it's the cheapest one. Like mana-wise. All the other ones that they run in the deck, like Temporal, yes, if you Miracle it, it's cheaper. But a lot of the time, I find that they have to pay the full 7. So 7's a lot more than 5. Right, here's the other win condition. So, and that's why giving him the Swan doesn't matter. The deck wins with a J Spell Rune. They deck you. Yeah. Well, I don't think I've seen people run Snapcaster in these lists, but I guess you could. Yes, a lot of them do get exiled. They say exile. Smiley face. I mean, yeah, we could have gotten there that turn. I mean, I wasn't planning ahead. I wasn't thinking, okay, I need to get Plains or Temple Garden to play my Ascendancy, so I have blue, so I can Swan Song, Ataxian Probe, activate Ascendancy, bring back Stitcher, and then cast the Sleight of Hand of the Cerulean and go off. But that's okay. And usually I practice this deck before I jump into a league. We just jumped in today, so that's going to hurt you. If you just jump in with it, when you got a relatively complicated Modern deck, and you just jump in, you're going to make mistakes. That's okay. I can say with confidence last night, I think that I made few, if any, mistakes when we were piloting the Legacy deck. We pulled off a 3-1, nearly a 4-0, and that felt great. I put in some work last night. I still think the deck's sweet. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking about my fetches, so, I mean, like, if I had, for a brief moment, like, looked at my list, been like, oh yeah, that's my last blue source. Let's see, Breeding Pool, Hallowed Island, and we actually included one more blue source, which is the Steam Bends. So it is just 4. So we had all our fetchable blue sources already in play. How's it going, Free Will? And all we had left was, in the deck, was a Temple Garden, a Stomping Ground, and an Plains. I mean, you gotta make mistakes, or, excuse me, you're going to make mistakes, just make sure you learn from them, you know? It's true in Magic, it's true in life. If you're gonna make a mistake, try to learn from it. Let's do it. I think we could have... Now, the question is, do you win the next game after that because we lost game 1? A lot of this deck is predicated on taking a game 1 win because your opponents really don't have any relevant interaction. Yes. So... You want... All we need is a tapper. We need a Stitcher, we need a Caryatid. This Glittering Wish actually can get me if I get a green source. We also need a red source.